What if the exact same app you use to blindly order a packet of chips, a loaf of bread, or, a carton of milk at 10 p.m. could suddenly deliver a full-sized, heavy cooking gas cylinder straight to your doorstep and do it in 10 minutes flat? I mean, it sounds completely wild, right? We're talking about taking one of the most historically weighty, heavily regulated, and notoriously slow utility services in existence and just slamming it into the digital speed of today's hyperfast instant delivery world. Honestly, it feels like science fiction for your daily chores. But, well, it's actually happening. A historic national partnership has just been signed between two very, very different titans. On one side, you have the tech delivery giant Swiggy, the modern quick commerce disruptor that has basically trained all of us to expect everything instantly. And on the other side, you have the oil behemoth Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, widely known as HPCL. They're a traditional, massive national energy pillar. Together, they are launching India's very first on-demand LPG cooking gas delivery service directly through a smartphone app. The era of quick commerce has just broken through its final and, honestly, most difficult frontier. So here is how we're going to break this down today. First, the quick commerce frontier. Then, old system versus new tech. Third, how the partnership actually works. Fourth, why this matters to you. And finally, the final takeaway. All right, let's jump right into part one, the quick commerce frontier. So these companies haven't just signed a piece of paper and called it a day. They've officially launched a live pilot project right now in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Now, to most people, this might look like just another button on an app, but this is actually a massive watershed moment in economic history. It marks the very first time globally that heavy petroleum utilities are being distributed through a localized, hyper-fast delivery fleet. It absolutely proves that quick commerce is no longer just about getting your groceries faster. It's turning into the primary operating system for our entire physical infrastructure. We're moving from carrying late-night snacks to literally powering the essential energy needs of a massive city. Moving on to part two, old system versus new tech. To really appreciate this huge leap, we first need to lay down our baseline facts and understand the underlying technology of quick commerce. So quick commerce relies on what we call dark stores. If you're not familiar, unlike traditional e-commerce companies that ship packages from massive warehouses located way outside the city bounds, which, takes 2 to 3 days to reach you, quick commerce builds hundreds of micro warehouses directly inside local neighborhoods. These dark stores are highly packed, they service a very small geographic radius, and they carry very specific inventory, so a delivery partner can reach your house in under 15 minutes. Up until now, this was strictly custom-made for light commodities. Things like vegetables, cosmetics, or maybe a replacement phone charger. Now I want you to contrast that light, incredibly fast system with this next number. Liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG, is the literal fuel that powers over 300 million Indian kitchens. To put that into perspective, that's almost the entire population of the United States relying on a single utility. Yet, the process of getting a replacement cylinder has historically been anchored in a very slow 20th century model. Remember the old days of catching a movie at a local theater? You couldn't just book a seat on your phone. You had to call an agent days in advance, get on a waiting list, and wait for a manual slip. And when the day finally came, you couldn't even choose the time. If you weren't home with the exact cash to hand over for your ticket, well, you missed the window entirely and had to wait another week. That analogy perfectly illustrates the frustrating friction of traditional gas booking. You book on an automated phone line, you wait 2 to 5 days, and then a delivery van drives through your neighborhood at a completely random hour. And we all know exactly what happens when that inflexible system fails. Just picture it. You're preparing a massive family dinner on a Sunday evening, and boom, the gas suddenly runs out. Your kitchen completely grinds to a halt. Families are left with absolutely no option but to scramble, order expensive restaurant takeout, or go beg to borrow a spare tank from a neighbor. It's a real crisis.
Which brings us to part three, how the partnership actually works.
To solve this Sunday dinner crisis, the structure of this Swiggy HPCL alliance had to be an absolute masterclass in cross-industry engineering. They've created an incredibly elegant new consumer loop that completely bypasses all that old-school friction. For the first time ever, the process looks like this. Step 1, you just open your Swiggy app. Step 2, you navigate natively into the Instamart tab and select an HPCL cylinder. Step 3, you make an instant digital payment. And step 4, you actually track your delivery driver on a live map. Just think about the psychological relief of that alone. Instead of staring out the window for 3 days waiting for a heavy truck to hopefully pass by, you can watch a tiny icon navigate exactly to your street in real time. It's really that seamless. But here is the massive logistics puzzle they had to solve. How do you deliver a heavy, highly volatile gas cylinder in 10 minutes without breaking strict city safety laws? You definitely absolutely cannot ask a delivery partner on a small electric scooter to carry a massive standard 14.2 kilogram heavy steel cylinder on their back. It's too dangerous. So they completely redesigned the physical product. They ditched the heavy sheet metal for HPCL's newly engineered 5-kilogram lightweight composite cylinders. These modern tanks are made of advanced fiberglass. This makes them incredibly light, extremely easy to carry, and most importantly, completely explosion-proof. They're designed to safely vent instead of bursting under extreme pressure, which immediately answers the glaring safety questions of transporting fuel on a two-wheeler.
And they didn't just change the tank, they changed the entire logistics network. You see, you cannot legally store highly flammable gas tanks inside a standard grocery dark store due to strict urban fire codes. You simply can't put volatile fuel right next to aisles of cereal and shampoo in a densely populated neighborhood. So, Swiggy and HPCL built a synchronized hybrid logistics model. When you place an order, the request isn't going to a normal dark store. It's instantly beamed to a specialized HPCL micro hub. These are existing neighborhood gas go-downs and retail fuel stations that have been entirely repurposed for speed. From there, a specialized, safety-trained delivery partner picks up the cylinder, secures it on a custom-designed, heavy-duty mounting rack specifically built for their vehicle, and rushes it to your door in exactly 10 minutes.
But honestly, the physical delivery isn't even the biggest disruption here. The real game changer is the complete removal of the rigorous, bureaucratic registration process previously required to even buy gas in the first place. Historically, getting an LPG cylinder meant submitting official government address proofs, creating a permanent profile with one specific regional distributor, and signing up for a formal physical gas book. It was an absolute administrative nightmare. Now, Swiggy and HPCL have completely shattered this barrier. Let's say you're a 22-year-old moving to a brand new city for your very first job. In the old system, you might not be able to cook your own meals for weeks while you sort out the paperwork and wait for official address verification. Now, as a temporary renter, you can simply open your phone and purchase a brand new cooking gas connection from scratch right inside the app on day one. No pre-existing gas book needed, no massive stack of paperwork. The delivery partner brings both the fully filled cylinder and the official regulator directly to your door.
So, Part 4. Why this matters to you.
There are 3 massive ripple effects here that completely change the game. First, it is the absolute end of kitchen anxiety. You no longer need to sacrifice precious balcony space to maintain expensive, bulky backup cylinders or meticulously plan your week around a delivery truck schedule. Second, it's a massive gig economy disruption. Transporting regulated fuel requires highly specialized safety training, which potentially unlocks thousands of new, higher-yielding engineering and logistics jobs focused on safe urban distribution. And third, it highlights incredible public-private tech integration. It's extremely rare to see legacy government-backed entities move at the hyperspeed of a tech startup, but this proves traditional companies can completely adapt to modern digital ecosystems. And this brilliance stretches out to the whole market. By proving that a quick commerce network can safely transport heavily regulated energy utilities, Swiggy is setting a massive precedent. This is going to force rival platforms like Zepto or Blinkit to aggressively look past simple groceries. Just paint a picture of the near future. You could be ordering a heavy microwave, a specialized power drill, or even crucial medical equipment, and have it arrive at your door in 15 minutes. This completely changes what we think of as deliverable. As our source material points out, traditional public sector undertakings like HPCL are leveraging these digital ecosystems to instantly provide clean cooking gas to migrating populations. By lowering these administrative barriers, this deal accelerates urban energy access and, as the quote perfectly puts it, sets a dazzling global blueprint for how modern smart cities should operate. Because ultimately, a true smart city isn't just about having fast internet, it's about having essential physical infrastructure available on demand precisely when you actually need it. And that brings us to part 5, the final takeaway. If we sum it all up, Swiggy, Instamart, and HPCL have proven that quick commerce has officially outgrown the grocery aisle to become the ultimate logistics backbone of our daily lives. Cutting through decades of traditional utility bureaucracy to deliver safe, lightweight cylinders straight to your kitchen via an app marks a massive, stunning leap in consumer convenience. It truly is a reimagining of everyday logistics. But as we wrap up this explainer, I want to turn it over to you. Now that cooking gas is officially coming to the world of instant app delivery, are you excited to embrace this incredible 10-minute convenience? Or do you still have safety concerns about delivery fleets carrying gas tanks on crowded city streets? It's a fascinating balance to strike. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.